this is only going to speak to very few select people. And the person that it's going to resonate with is the person who's already done a lot of the inner work. It is the person who has done so much shadow work that they have dissolved the ego and they have that higher level perception of reflections, and people are reflections, and they can look at their inner world and their inner shadow work as data rather than taking it very personally. And this is also the person that knows that they have done so much work. They have done more than most, walking human life has done or ever will do. And they're holding on to that badge of honor. They're holding on to that badge of I've done so much. They're holding on to this I have done so much work, but I'm not seeing the results yet, or but I'm not happy or content yet, but I'm not where I want to be yet. This is your message. If that was you, you are in the right place. What's going on here is that you're carrying this badge of honor because you have done so much and you have gone through so much, and that you're holding on to this question of, if I have done so much, why am I not experiencing the dream reality yet? Why am I not experiencing the health? Why am I not experiencing the money? Why am I not experiencing the clients? Why am I not experiencing the travel? Why am I not experiencing the relationship? That's the conversation, that's the narrative in your mind. And I will tell you exactly why right now you feel blocked. I will tell you exactly why right now why you feel stuck. It's because of that badge of honor. You have this expectation that you have done so much that you've reached a point where you should have received it by now. I should be farther along. I shouldn't be dealing with this anymore. I should. That badge of honor of everything that you've gone through and all the alchemizing you've done, all the internal work that you've done, that's actually become a part of the ego. And now I know this might be shocking because you have done so much work already to dissolve the ego. You're probably like, you probably almost wanted to click off. You're like, no, that doesn't resonate with me. That could be your ego too. And here's why I know this is a fact. I did this too. I did this so badly that it broke me every single day. I would wear my badge of honor. I've done so much shadow work. I've done so much inner work. I've been so radically honest with myself. I've done so much ancestral healing. I've done so much past life work. I've done so much mindset work, but I'm not getting what I want. I'm not getting the results, but I'm still not good enough, right? I want to highlight to you there's two things, and I want you to hear this. That badge of honor, you are carrying all of the inner work that you've done as like it's like a bag of weight that you're carrying, and you're saying, look how much I've collected, look at how much I've done. And because you're holding on to that past, because you're holding on to everything that you have done, you're not making space for new. You're not making space for more. It was meant to come up and be healed, alchemized, and released, to be let go of, not to be worn as you are a warrior. You can be a warrior without all of that stuff. Here's the second thing. Actually, now there's three things. You've cultivated an expectation that this inner work will equal this result. You have this expectation, you have this rule that each time I do inner work, I will get closer to this, or I will receive that. And it is true that each time that you dig deeper within self, you have access to more wisdom, to new vibrational frequencies, to new gifts, skills, and abilities, to new miracles, and to new levels of, whatever monetary or physical or, experiences that you want. That is true. But you are being very attached to the specific definitions of what you're releasing and what it means that you're going to get. You're attached still. You're clinging still. You have to let that go. And the last thing here is that you're not making it enough. So you're not satisfied with the inner work that you've received or done because you're like, okay, so now it's going to mean I make more money. Or now it means that I'm going to go on a date with the love of my life. I'm going to meet the love of my life. Or it means that I'm no longer going to have this health issue. It goes in connection with the second one. But what I really want to highlight here is that you have to make the small progress enough. You have to make the inner work that you've done enough. That it's enough that you've just done that and that you don't expect anything from it. You have to make all the small progress that you've made enough. It's if it's your health, right? And your I think with diabetes it's like AC1 or something like that. If your AC1 has gotten even 1% better or one level better, you're like you don't make that enough because you're like, but I still have all this to go. If you don't validate it, if you don't acknowledge it, if you don't have gratitude for it, if you don't celebrate it or honor it, you'll never get more because it will never be enough. And then you keep pushing the thing that you desire or want away even further because it's not enough. Nothing's enough. You have to make every single micro celebration enough. Anytime that you don't feel attached to finding the love of your life, every day that you go where you feel whole in yourself and you don't need anybody else to make you happy, we need to celebrate that and make that enough. Because the moment that we can be fully present, the moment that we can be fully content, see, that contentment comes from this space of feeling like nothing is missing, feeling like nothing needs to be changed, feeling like nothing doesn't belong. Everything that you're experiencing belongs. Everything that you're going through belongs. Every negative thought that you have belongs. Now, what to do with it is a completely different conversation. And that's not this top conversation here. And honestly, if you've done that much work, you already know. It's that contentment is that knowingness that everything is right within your world and that there's nothing that needs to be added and there's nothing that needs to be taken away, and you are okay and can be present with and can love and understand whatever you're facing right now. So my question to you is, my light warrior, I know, I see you. Do you have an attachment to what the inner work is supposed to equate to? Do you have an attachment or a clinging to what the inner work is supposed to give you? That's stopping you. Are you holding everything that you've gone through internally like a badge of honor, but really it's a huge weight of cement that you're carrying? And are you making the inner work that you've done or the little micro wins, like maybe getting a new follower or getting a new view or getting a new client or getting a new health regimen or getting a new sense of vitality and energy today or having a new conversation with somebody? Are you making that enough? Can you acknowledge it as enough? And I promise you, when you really have that level of self-honesty and you can look at these things within yourself and continue the amazing work that you've done of just looking at it as data and then making the appropriate shift that is necessary, you'll break free of that last 10%. You'll break free of that cycle. You'll break free of. And then Creator's telling me one last thing. Bonus, I guess. Wants, needs, desires, goals, achievements. That's the ego self. That is of the artificial construct self that we are coming down here and pretending to be. It's okay to have those goals. It's okay to have those desires. But when those goals and those desires, wants, and needs take away from your sense of being, when they take away from your sense of contentment, when they take away from your ability to be present, when they take away from that self-honor, when they take away from that self-love, when they take away from that self-worthiness, that is when it becomes a problem. So My invitation to you. Yes, you can have those goals, you can have those dreams, follow that highest excitement, pursue your passion, use your gifts, skills, and abilities to help humanity or find the love of your life or repair your health and all that stuff, but still be content. Make it enough in what you're doing now and be mindful of the ego self saying you're not doing enough, you haven't done enough, what you're doing isn't enough, right? I guess it kind of just stacks on the third message. All the wants, needs, and desires and expectations are of the ego mind. And there's still a little bit more there for you to uncover. We're never done. If that was helpful, let me know. Leave it in the comments below. What questions do you still have? Is there anything that you want me to touch on or talk about? Okay, my name is Haley Carbajal. I used to identify as a starseed coach and mentor. Really, I'm just here to help you, and you already know if I'm in resonance with you or not. I have a budget friendly option, $7.77 a month. We meet for 2 hours every single week with workshops, live Q&As, energy healings. You can read it. You can read the tier on Patreon and figure out if it's right for you. Or I'm open and available for one-to-ones right now. Otherwise, follow me on social media, hit subscribe. I'm not going to be all that redundant. You know what you already want to do, right? You know already what you want to do. But regardless, I hope that this was helpful to you and this found you, because literally this is the next step. Literally, this is the thing that you cannot see. This is the thing that is unconscious to you. And this is what must be done. So much love.